Hey guys, welcome back. We actually have a caller.
Hi, it's Fissel.
Hi, Faisal.
Hi, Fissel. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
Excellent.
Good. How are you?
So it was interesting. I think a few minutes before the previous caller called, you guys were talking about how when you're married, you shouldn't let go. You've got to continue growing. I've been married now for about 4 years.
Nice.
And before getting married, my wife and I, we were sort of in a long-distance relationship. You know, she was in India. I was here in Canada. And, you know, she comes from a different cultural mindset and stuff. And one of the things that she said very early on when we first started our relationship, she would often say that, you know, one of the things I want to be after marriage is be a rock on which your success is built. And I thought that, why is she saying that straight out of a Bollywood movie or what? You know, it seemed very melodramatic to me.
Too good to be true, maybe.
Yeah, and it seemed like something. It almost actually at that point scared me. I was like, you know, is that actually a good thing for her to want that even before marrying me, right?
Right.
But now, 4 years later, I look back at that and I realize that, you know, the essence of what she said is so true, right? I feel that, you know, and I think it's mutual. At least I like to think it's mutual. She's not around me right now, so she can vouch for this. But, you know, I think having someone who understands you and is patient with you can be a huge inspiration.
Yeah.
And I find when you go through that, you know, when you go through life's challenges, you know, things don't happen quickly, but if you have someone who understands you, no matter how bad the situation may be. So, for example, if you're in a bad career situation, or you're not getting the progression that you want, but if you have someone who's solid and stable at home, whether it's your husband or your wife, I think it makes a huge, huge difference.
Absolutely.
I actually think it's really wise on her part to know that before even getting married.
Absolutely.
To know that that was the goal that she wanted.
Absolutely, and being steadfast about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well,
That is
that's a
awesome.
beautiful compliment to your wife. So
Yeah.
that's beautiful that you see that in her, and it's one of the reasons that you love about her.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. You know,
Exactly.
that's
People
what
are
that
looking
is.
for. Exactly. That's beautiful.
Is there any other questions that you'd like to share?
No, I mean, it's funny because though I earlier found that hard to understand, now I look at myself and I like to be a rock for her as well, for her to become successful.
Amazing.
You know?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, you know, we feed off that energy, and though sometimes, you know, life in the current may seem difficult, I feel like if spouses have that understanding and they're able to inspire each other, keep each other going, it goes a really long way.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
And that's why she's your person right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why she's your rock and you're hers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
amazing.
you know, funnily, I actually fell in love with her. Like, she was my puppy loving. I liked her when she was 6 and I was 8.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
So romantic.
Yeah. But then I moved to Canada, and you know, I kind of forgot about her a little bit. But then the love got rekindled. So.
That's amazing.
How did you reach back out to one another?
Well, it's a funny. It's one of these. You know, a lot of people from the South Asian subcontinent nowadays, they have. It's a hybrid of the old style arranged and modern love sort of thing. So my mom just like said it to me like, hey, you know, you haven't talked to her in a long time. Why don't you call her? And I said, okay, sure, why not? And you know, the first few conversations we had were quite awkward. Obviously, I didn't make it obvious that I'm calling her for the reasons
My mom
of,
told
you know, I'm not quoting you or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think within a month, everything just felt so natural, and it just all fell into place. We realized we were the ones for each other.
That's because you took a chance.
Yeah.
It just goes back. You have to take a chance.
The
you
risk.
never know.
That's
Yeah.
worth it.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate your comment,
That was
and that's a
great.
beautiful love
Thanks.
story. So thank you so
Very
much for
nice.
that.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day, Fazal. Good night.
Good night.
That is beautiful.
That is. But you know
But that's
what?
what it's
Like,
about.
okay, but see, that's so interesting because remember last week, right? The guy was like, "Should I marry somebody that my parents
Right.
said from
Yeah.
from
That's what I'm
not
saying, you
here?"
never know.
Exactly. So that's why you gotta really experience it. Because look, his mom was right.
Yeah.
I feel even that way about me and my husband too. Like we weren't 6 and 8, but we met each other when we were 15 and 16,
Yeah.
and then we just always like would get back
Reconnect.
together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and not, like, it wasn't like, oh, we broke up and got back together. Like, we were young, so, like, you know, things, we just grew in our lives.
Yeah.
And then we were always kind of drawn back to one another. Like,
Yeah,
either I
naturally.
would reach out to him and be like, hey, what's up? And then he would do that to me.
Yeah.
And then,
Just stay in contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one night he came to my house and buzzed my buzzer. And I was like, who is this? He's like, it's me, Kevin. And I was like, what? I'm like, hey, come on. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Ever since,
Yeah.
you know? And it's true, like what Fazil's saying, that your relationship goes
Yeah.
through different things,
Yeah,
but you
ebbs and
have to
flows.
know how to support each other. Not every day is going to be a sunny day,
Yeah.
and you have to know that that person's worth it for you.
And what's in
Yeah.
common with that too, with your husband, is that you guys are friends first, and them too.
Totally.
Like, they
Yeah.
obviously have a strong friendship,
Yeah.
which is, you know, the ultimate structure of a good relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Start from the bottom.
even last night, my husband is a joker, and everybody thinks he's so funny, but I'm used to him, right? And every time I'm like, oh, this guy, like, and then he'll do something so funny. It's like, no, you
got
are.
him, you got
Okay,
him.
after all these years, you know,
Yeah.
I've known him for so long, and he still gets me. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, one of the things that I
Yeah.
really love about him.
Yeah.
But those are the things, like when we talk about like preferences and expectations and all that,
Yeah.
you need to find somebody that loves you and is gonna ride all the way with you.
Yeah.
All the other stuff doesn't matter, like what job and what school, and like
Right.
obviously if you're doing very well for yourself, you're not gonna pick a homeless person, you
Yeah.
know. But like if you have somebody that like is still progressing in his own life and he's happy and cool and like you too, then
Exactly.
go all the way with it, because you just never know. Like,
See where it goes.
yeah, you know,
You have to go all in to be
Basil
successful.
listened to his mom, and it turned out that, you know, now he has a beautiful
One
wife.
of the best
and-
love stories I've ever heard.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Yeah, it's so cute, right?
Yeah, sometimes it pays to listen to your mom, guys.
Maybe she does know what's right.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that no matter what, you do need to evaluate it for yourself, because just like you were saying, you
Yeah.
could meet somebody and think they're so attractive and they have it all going on, and then you get to know them and they're not for you. So it
Yeah.
could go either way.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You do need to throw out a list. I think that you should certainly have expectations, like, does this person know how to love me the way that I want to
Right,
be
there are
loved,
good
and can I
expectations.
offer that to them?
Exactly.
You have to have that
Right,
foundation,
exactly.
and like really feel like you and this person are vibing with one another.
connect.
Yeah, and nobody's chasing one another. Like you don't feel like you're catching
You're
up.
walking
the same
together, you're not
pace.
chasing.
Exactly. You're at the same pace.
Yeah, I always remember there's this Julia Roberts movie, and she had a best friend, and she loved the guy. And he said to her, "It's my best friend's wedding." Said, "You're chasing him, and
But
he's
he's
chasing
chasing
her. Who's chasing you?"
Exactly.
And I never forgot that. Like, I watched that movie years ago, and I always remember that.
Yeah.
You never want to feel like our tweet that we had. If you automatically feel like that person you really like, and you feel like they're not that into you, believe it. And sometimes too,
The reason
like,
why that movie is so popular, because it's true.
yeah,
You know?
you don't want to be chasing around somebody that's not chasing you, because that's not cool.
And it's not a good
For
feeling.
guys too.
No.
That doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just be honest with yourself. That doesn't feel good. So you don't want to continue to do that to yourself.
Right, and then that goes
Yeah.
back to what you're saying. Like, why am I going to be with somebody and put all this effort when I could find the real person for
Yeah.
me?
Exactly.
Because it's fear. You don't think you're actually going to find that person, right? So then that's when that's the best you've experienced.
Oh,
You have to
yeah.
keep going after it, keep winning that back, even though it's not right for you.
Oh, nail.
No.
Hit the nail.
No.
Yeah.
I would not do it again.
Exactly.
If I could
But
go back
it's
and tell
true.
myself, go away. Leave.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but everybody needs to get there in their own time, and that's
Exactly.
when we're talking about, like, we're not here to tell you what to do. If you're going through something, you just need somebody to support you and listen to you and get you. And we all have long-term relationships in our own way. We all kind of love our person differently and have a different relationship, and
Yeah.
everyone we talk to as well
Of course, yeah.
that are in successful relationships. Everybody that I do know that is in a happy relationship has no expectations, except I hope that you're loving me really good and supporting
Right.
me, and me to you. And all the other people that I do know that have a list are lonely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Like,
benefits no one.
Exactly.
We've been,
Least about
and
yourself.
also too, like this isn't our own personal opinion. We have been doing this for many, many years, and we see people that look exactly the same. And it's all those people that have this long list are always searching.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing.
Yeah,
Right.
they have a long list of deal breakers. And
Yeah.
I'd prefer you have a longer list of standards than a long list of deal breakers.
Yeah. And if you're
Or a list of
confused,
positive things about yourself.
Exactly.
oh,
Exactly.
absolutely, sell yourself.
Absolutely.
Versus, yeah,
For
worrying
yourself,
about,
right?
yeah, worrying about
Absolutely.
what the
Yeah.
other person has to offer. It's like, what are you bringing?
Exactly. You're looking
think
for
about
100%, but you're only bringing 50.
Oh,
We say it all the time.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, go into the date
Yeah.
thinking about you and how you're portraying yourself and what you want out of this instead of all the critiques you're making about that person.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this episode, and please do feel free to reach out to us. We do want to hear from you. You can contact the Love Listeners anytime at 1-844
471-LOVE.
yes, which is 5683. As I said earlier on in the show, we are offering a promotion until the 31st that you get a half an hour free with your half an hour call. So if any of this struck a chord with you this evening, which it usually does for people, the feedback that we do get, feel free to reach out to us. We certainly want to support you in your journey and be the soundboard that you need to work things out so that you are successful in a relationship if you are putting yourself out there. So,
Sooner than later. Because
yes.
that's the key, right? Because nobody wants to do this forever. You want to be successful sooner than later.
Yeah.
So
Don't
you need
lose your mojo.
Exactly. You need to know what it is that's standing in your way
Yeah.
so that you can be successful sooner than later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining us this evening, guys, and we look forward to seeing you next week.